Release of Bad Boys for Life came out last month. I'm going to rank all three of the Bad Boys movies from worst to the best in under 6 minutes. Now, all of these movies, this is a hard ranking for me to do because I love all three of these movies. And we got a fourth one coming on the way whenever it gets ready to come out. So I will decide to rank all three Bad Boys movies from my least favorite all the way up to my favorite. Now, this list is completely subjective, so if you are not a fan of the Bad Boys movies, or if you are a fan, tell me in the comments down below what is your opinion. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see a lot more awesome stuff here. And all my social media links are in the description box down below. Also, be able to share this video with your friends and family, etc. And if you want to donate money to my chime, you can go ahead and do that as well, and send free fan mail if you want to. With that being said, let's get started talking about all of three Bad Boys movies from my worst to the best. So with that being said, let's get on. Coming in third place is gonna be the original Bad Boys. Now, this is a very fun start to this whole Bad Boys awesomeness, and this was Michael Bay's first movie, and so it's not bad for a first movie. This is still a fun buddy cop action film from the late 90s that you can watch and you can have fun with, and I love seeing the characters of, I love the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in all three of these movies. Their chemistry is what makes the Bad Boys series what it is. Tia Leone was very sexy as Julie Maury. The villain, I understand his motivation, I understand his plan. There were a couple of times where there are some jokes that kind of are it, but at the end of the day, I still think Bad Boys, the original, it still makes me laugh. It has a good story, it's the most simplistic, right next to Bad Boys for Life, and it is the most fun out of the three besides the other, and the action scenes are pretty well done. There is some quick cuts going on, but at the end of the day, it was Michael Bay's first movie, so when we all have first movies, we are going to mess up for our first time directing. So I'm willing to give Michael Bay, just like any other first time director, the benefit of the doubt, except for Simon Kinberg, because he can do better. He could have done a lot more with Dark Phoenix. But Bad Boys, this is a great start to the Bad Boys trilogy or franchise, and it is awesome. Second place is most recently Bad Boys for Life. This is the highest grossing in the entire Bad Boys series for a reason. This has stayed as #1 for 3 weeks straight ever since its release. And I gotta tell you, my review of this, by the time you see this, my review is already up on my channel, but I will say that Bad Boys for Life was everything I wanted to see from Bad Boys 3. It took 2 decades, 17 years to get this movie out, and it was worth it. The chemistry of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is still very much there. It feels like you never left Mike and Marcus on their adventures. They took a bigger risk this time with Marcus wanting to retire and Mike Lowry having the midlife crisis, as well as giving him his own personal backstory with the main villain played by Kate Del Castillo, how she and him used to date, and then he found out he was bad, and then he has a son who is also a secondary villain. I did like the ex-girlfriend of Mike, played by Paola Nunez. She was a pretty tough chick without having to put the SJW agendas in there. And the ammo team I thought was pretty cool. Charles Melton, Alexander Ludwig, Vanessa Hudgens, they were nice additions to the Bad Boys series, and I do hope we do see more of the ammo team in the fourth one. I do like the fact that they mentioned Reggie and what happened with Mike and Sid. So it had my review. I'm not gonna say too much more. My reviews on my channel. But as my #1 favorite Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys 2 is #1. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a crazy, over-the-top, fun action film. And Michael Bay, he went more crazier and more more badder with this one. You have all these action scenes with them throwing cars, throwing dead bodies. Then you have the shootout with the Haitians, and then the last action scene of the movie where they blow up Johnny Tapia's house. That's easily the best action scene in the entire movie. But all the other action is pretty cool. Will and Martin are still awesome as their characters. Gabrielle Union was a nice introduction. I didn't mind Jordi Mola as the villain, and there was some good action scenes going for it. However, what I do mind in this movie, I feel like the movie is 2 hours 27 minutes too long. There are some scenes that you could easily cut out, especially that one scene in the store. There is a little bit overusage of some racial language, but at the end of the day, I still think that Bad Boys 2 is a fun, guilty pleasure action film. And all three of these movies, they're not Oscar contenders, but they're the Bad Boys series, they don't need to be. With my ranking of all of the Bad Boys movies in the comment section down below, what would be your ranking? What do you think of my list? I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.
Love the